Hi, this is Dave Grenier from Embolden, and this is going to be a quick video to teach you how to crop images for your website. If you have an image like this, it's fairly large, and you want to put it on your website, you need to make sure that the image is the correct size that it's supposed to be for where it's supposed to go. So generally, you're going to have some sort of design standard that tells you images on your home page should be these dimensions, images on a content page should be this dimensions, images in a sidebar should be this dimensions. The easiest way to find out how big an image should be is to find that image on your website already, and we're going to use the Embolden demo site that we have based on the Kalamazoo Community Foundation site. And if we wanted to, say, do a new slide for their slideshow, we would need to crop an image to be this size, so it's the correct size for their slideshow when we put it in there. The easiest way to find that out in Internet Explorer is to right-click on the image, pull down to Properties, and it will tell you how many pixels it should be. So it's 635 pixels wide by 291 pixels high. A pixel is a unit of measurement for images on a screen, essentially. We can also look, if you're an Embolden client, you should have, depending on when your site was built, a design standards page or a sample page that may have the image sizes listed out for you here, all the different recommended image sizes, or it may just display an image like this and then say in the text somewhere around it what that recommended size is. So if you wanted an image here, it would be whatever the appropriate number of pixels is. So down here we can once again see under image sizes that the homepage engagement image should be 635 pixels by 291 pixels. That PX abbreviation means pixels. So now that we know how big we want our image to be, we need an image editing program, and there are literally millions of them out there. In fact, if you do a quick Google search for image editing programs, you get 4.5 million results. The most popular ones are going to be Photoshop, which you may already have. Photoshop is a very feature-rich photo and image editing program. If all you need to do is crop and size images, you don't need to spend the money on something like Photoshop. GIMP is a free open source alternative to Photoshop. It's very feature rich like Photoshop, so again, it may be a little overkill to have, but at least the price is right. What we're going to use today is a program called Picnik, which is a free online editor. It's great. Many of you may have already used it because it's been integrated into Constant Contact for a while as their image editing solution. Unfortunately, Picnik is going away on April 19th. It will cease to exist, so this will not be a long-term solution for you to use Picnik. However, no matter which image editing program you use, the features are going to be very similar. A lot of the icons will be similar, and everything we're going over as far as how to crop is going to work, at least in theory, the same way, even if the interface is slightly different. So you'll usually have a toolbar in an image editing program, like over here. We have different things that we can do. This symbol here is kind of the universal symbol for crop. So we click that, and we get this highlighted box that shows us sort of, if we cropped right now, everything that's highlighted would be kept, everything that's kind of somewhat grayed out we would lose. So if we just apply that crop, we can see we lose all of that other stuff. I'm going to undo that. So what we want to do is crop two specific dimensions. So we don't just want it to be whatever size this happens to be. We don't want to be able to just sort of resize this however we want. We want this to maintain what's called the appropriate aspect ratio. So 695 by 291. And then we want to click this scale photo option that basically says when I crop this, it won't just crop it to the appropriate ratio of width to height, but it will actually resize the image at the same time to be exactly 695 by 291, which I had already put in here. If you're working in a program like Photoshop or GIMP or something that's designed more for working with print photography, it may assume that you are working in inches. So if you put 695 in, you would get a gigantic photo that would be 695 inches wide at 300 dpi, which is dots per inch. So what you generally want to do in a program like that is make sure that PX is specified. So we'd actually put 695 PX by 291 PX, which Picnik will not let me put in non-numeric characters, so you're not seeing them show up there. But anyway, we put in our size, so we can see the ratio of the crop window has changed. It's much more horizontal, whereas before it was a little more square. And we can then just click the corner, kind of drag this around. If we did not have any window, so with Photoshop you set the size and then you basically have to click on the image and drag like that to get the window to appear, and then you can kind of move it around, size it to how you want, and once you get it set how you want it, there we go, we're using the rule of thirds here. Once we get the image set how we want it, we can either hit enter to crop on many programs, or there's a button like this apply button to actually apply the crop. So this has now cropped it down, it's gotten rid of all the extra stuff around the edges, and it's sized it to the correct size. If we save this photo, we can then upload it, and we could make it be a new slide in that slideshow, and it would be the correct size to do that. So that's how to crop. Thanks for tuning in today.